Hello everybody, welcome to Willa Dean's Kitchen. Today we're going to prepare some fried fish with grits. Fish and grits was one of my mother's favorite dishes. She used to love to eat her fried fish grits with some sliced tomatoes. So we're going to do a version of that today. So I have 2 pieces of orange roughy fish here. We're going to season this up. We have some egg wash and some breading mix here, which is cornmeal, flour, salt, and pepper. And we're going to bread the fish up and get it ready to be fried. We're going to make a nice pot of grits to go with this. We're going to have some creamy grits, so we're going to add a little cream to the grits along with some chicken stock to bring out some of that additional flavor. And we're going to prepare a kind of stewed tomato to go with the grits. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to season up this fish with some salt and pepper. And then I'm going to flour and bread the fish. Okay everybody, what we're gonna do here is I have some grits that I cooked up with some cream cheese, and I put it in the refrigerator, let it chill, and then I cut it into these strips here. And we're gonna flour and batter these strips of grits so we can fry them. So I got my breading station set up here, and I have the grits in the flour. I'm just gonna coat them lightly with the flour, and then we'll add them to the egg mix here. And then we're gonna add them to our breading mix, which is a mixture of flour, cornmeal, salt, and pepper. So I'm gonna just and these are very delicate, so I have to be careful. I don't want to break them. Get a light coating of egg on, then the breading mixture. Oh, that one broke on me, so I have to be real careful here. And what we're going to do is we're going to fry some fish up, and we're going to have some fish and grits. Not your standard fish and grits, but some fish and grits nonetheless. Okay, so now that I have these battered up, I'm going to put them back in the refrigerator to let them get hard again, and then we'll start cooking them up. Okay everyone, we have fish breaded, and it's in the refrigerator. I just got it sitting in there until we get ready to cook it. Our next step is our grits. So this is just a basic grits recipe here. So what we have is a half a cup of grits here. And then we have 2 cups of liquid. Now, your liquid could be water. It could be a mixture of water and milk. It could be a mixture of stock and milk. But you just gotta have 4-to-1 for the grits to the liquid. So what I have here is I have a cup of chicken stock, a 1/4 cup of milk, and I filled it up to 2 cups the rest of the way with just water. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, and we have a tablespoon of butter. Now, once you get your grits cooked and it's ready to be served, you can adjust your seasoning. So you don't want to put too much salt in at first because, of course, you can't take it out. We're going to serve this grits with some fried fish, and so it's going to be a savory dish. So that's why I'm not putting too much salt in at first also. So, you can adjust to taste, but what we're going to do is we're going to get the liquid in the pot boiling first. That's what I always do. I get the liquid boiling first, then I add the grits, and I stir that in with the salt and pepper and the butter, and we bring it to a boil, and then we bring it down to simmer and let it go for about 5 or 7 minutes until the grits is soft and tender. So we're going to get this going, and we'll have some grits ready. Okay, so we have our liquid in the pot now. We're going to bring this liquid up to a boil. Then we're going to add our grits, and we're going to add the salt and the pepper, and we're going to bring it back up to a boil again. We're going to whisk everything in very good. Then we're going to bring it down to a simmer, cover the pot, and then let it simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. The grits should be nice and tender by then. Then after that, we will add the tablespoon of butter and stir that in to give it a nice over-the-top flavor for this grit. So once it comes to a boil, we'll add the grits. Okay, so this is what our grits looks like after 7 minutes. You can see how it has thickened up. It absorbed most of the liquid in the pot. I stirred the grits a couple of times in those 7 minutes just to make sure it doesn't get lumpy. The one thing you don't want is lumpy grits, so make sure you use your whisk and you stir it up at least 2 or 3 times as it's cooking so it doesn't get lumpy. So now that the grits is finished, we're going to add our butter. Just stir that in a little bit. Just like that. And we're going to give it a little taste. And then we're going to cover this up. And we're going to set it aside while we cook our fish. Okay, so we have some hot oil here in the pot, and what we're going to do is we're going to fry off a couple of these grits sticks that I have here, and we're going to have fish and grits 2 ways. So we got to let that get nice golden brown, fry that off. Okay, so we have fried the grits, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our fish. So we have 2 pieces here. We're going to add to the hot oil. And we're going to let this fish cook for 4 or 5 minutes till it's cooked all the way through and nice and golden brown. Okay, everyone, our fish and grits 2 ways is finished. I have it plated up here. So the grits, we have our regular boiled grits that we cook in a pot as we normally do. And then we have the grit sticks, which are deep fried grit sticks. And we have fried fish. We garnish with some lemon. And this is topped with a little stewed tomatoes and a little bit of parsley on top for color. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to taste one of these grit sticks that I have here, see what they taste like. I like it. It tastes good. They're soft on the inside and crunchy on the outside, so that's a good flavor, a good texture that I like. And we have our grits with our stewed tomatoes here, and we're going to give that a taste. See what this tastes like. That tastes great. And of course we have this fish here, so we're going to get a little bit of everything on one spoon and see what it tastes like combined together. Absolutely good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please try this at home. You don't have to use the stewed tomatoes. You don't have to do the fried grits if you don't want to. But fish and grits or shrimp and grits is a very good meal. I want to thank you for viewing, and everybody have a good day.